Sighted sunrise.
Oh my god!
Today, usually scenes collectively. Harmless mishaps that happen in hardworking. As I begin my commentary, watching the day unfold. The morning each Ray walks like a man with a confident stride. He plays the plank, however, has one end on the opposite end. Ray turns around. Full of cheerful surprises. Slowly above the sky. Attempts to move a small pile.
Oh, damn!
Taller than necessary. Begins to walk. The wind. One sheet tilts forward, another tilts back. Suddenly, the deck of cards in the spinning around slowly. His arms extended in but the sheets gently glide. Ben looks
Да, брат, действуй.
the sound of conversation and laughter. One of them tests. He says the track speed. The expression on his face is a flawless. Let's witness the magic trick. Energy on the construction site feels warm. Fragments. Watched last night. Seems heavier than expected.
Полюстай, Вяни!
Only to realize he accidentally grabbed. The moment he lifts it, calculating his life choices. Across the site with heroic commitment. Which somehow makes the scene even where a worker named Theo his patience and steady pace. Today, he finds a few steps with the grace of someone who has done this.
Watch out!
But then, as he reaches a comfortable place, he glances down.
Hey!
After a brief moment, trying to reach it with an extended He stretches one arm down, using his flexibility as hard as instead of killing, he simply hoping the shooter will magically move closer. Theo then laughs quietly. All these moments create they never get to see as I he sets them down, almost on the range of deadly rifles on his shoulder. When he steps back, just enough to move downward and lands directly in front.
I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
He folds the paper, takes it into his pocket, and returns to precision of a master artist. The sight feels like every work executes unintentionally. As the morning leaves, steady that forward. I shift my attention. Several workers are preparing materials. One of them is a man named Oliver, who has always been known today. The roll is large and slightly stubborn. On the ground and begins pushing the roll forward.
Oh my God!
As if correcting the then it swings slightly to the right, and the scene quickly becomes a gentle
Whoa, pick up!
to maintain full dignity while also eventually the roll stops place as though contemplating hear what he says. Move forward again with surprising. Impressed with his negotiation skills. When he finishes, he gives a long sprint. This time, it involves two workers. These panels but they have a habit of catching the breeze. Here's a bracket at the bottom. The panel Mark straightens it, but once he Julian steadies it, but then their reactions remain complete. Seeing this, I cannot securely firmly in place. When they finish, Mark Mark brokenly steps away from the camera as if giving it a chance to chase him again. It stays still now, finally content. The midday sun rises high above the site, brightening the morning. Lunch approaches, but before the break, yet another amusing moment begins to unfold. A worker named Lewis is carrying a bucket of harmless construction material. The bucket is perfectly fine, but Lewis chooses to carry it with extraordinary caution, almost too carefully. As he walks, he focuses intensely on avoiding small pebbles and uneven ground. His steps become precise, delicate, and overly calculated. The way he navigates the path resembles a man trying to cross a corridor filled with imaginary alarms that might activate if he moves too quickly. His co-workers watch him from a distance, puzzled. When he reaches the destination safely, Lewis raises his remains exactly as members of his the entire time. Across the site, one of the more artistic workers,
And we're walking. Oh, look,
is
yep, there you go.
preparing to repaint a set of temporary markers. Samuel treats every brushstroke as if he is creating a masterpiece. He positions his materials neatly the surface. The second something unusual happens. A bird passes overhead, casting a brief shadow that startles Samuel ever so slightly. His hand twitches, and instead of painting a straight line, he creates a dramatic swirl. He pauses, studies the swirl, and instead of fixing it, he steps back with a look of artistic pride. He nods as if deciding the swirl adds character. A coworker walks by, looks at the swirl, and asks if it was intentional. Samuel simply says, in the calmest tone, that every creation deserves a touch of personality. Soon the lunch break arrives. Workers gather around different shaded areas of the site, each taking a moment to rest. But even during the break, the comedic rhythm does not pause. One worker opens his lunch container, only to discover that he packed the wrong meal. Instead of frustration, he stares at it, and slowly begins eating one, accepting his fate. Another worker tries to open a drink bottle, but the cap resists. He uses every polite method imaginable, twisting gently, adjusting his grip, tapping the cap lightly. Eventually, a colleague opens it with a single effortless motion. The worker stares at him with admiration. As the workers return to their tasks refreshed. The next series of scenes begins with a worker named Adrian who is unloading boxes on the pallet. The boxes are small enough to carry. He begins walking across the site with the stride of a man ready to conquer an afternoon of productivity. But halfway through the journey, one box starts to tilt out. Then the second box tilts in the opposite direction. Adrian responds with a series of small balancing motions, moving his elbows intelligently. His concentration intensifies. His steps become remarkably calculated. For a few seconds, it seems like the box is moving, but Adrian manages to regain full control and sets them down triumphantly. He dusts off his hands, nods with satisfaction, and walks away with the pride of someone who has overcome a challenge only he truly understands. Nearby, another worker named Felix is checking a set of books. He leans one board against the side, pretending to let it rust while he inspects another. However, the board has its own plans. It slowly begins leaning forward without Felix noticing. Just as it is about to touch the ground, Felix turns around and catches it with a swift motion, almost like an athlete intercepting a pass. He stands still for a moment.
Sorry for leaving the key.
His coworker across the site raises a hand in acknowledgement, and Felix responds with a modest nod, pretending the moment was absolutely intentional. The afternoon continues with quiet but but steady work. The conversations become more lively again, blending with the soft hum of distant machinery. The sun casts long shadows across the ground. The entire site appears an ongoing conflict. And so the narration goes on, flowing through every corner of the site, capturing each unplanned gesture, each humorous sequence, and each subtle moment that turns ordinary into an ongoing tapestry of cheerful storytelling. As the afternoon establishes its steady rhythm, the construction site becomes a blend of soft chatter, purposeful footsteps, and the sort of unintended comedy that emerges naturally whenever people concentrate deeply on simple tasks. My attention drifts to a worker named Henry, a thoughtful man who always believes in double-checking even the smallest detail. Today his mission involves aligning a series of lightweight markers along a straight path. It is a job many would complete quickly, but Henry prefers precision. He places the first marker, steps back, observes it closely, and then adjusts it by a fraction of an inch. Satisfied, he places the second marker, then steps back again, analyzing the line as if he is inspecting an important piece of art. But midway through the
Kurwa,
alignment
drifterzy!
process,
Co wy drifterzy odjebaliście? Co ci się odjebało? O kurwa, po trochę wyjebało?
cast by the nearby structure makes the markings appear slightly disordered on the surface. Henry tilts his head back, trying to determine whether the markings are truly off or whether the illusion is playing tricks on him. After a minute of contemplation, he decides to adjust them once more, shifting them so slightly that even the person standing beside him would struggle to notice the difference. When he finally steps back and surveys his work, he nods with a look of satisfaction usually and says they look excellent. Henry accepts the just finished constructing. Not far away, the worker stage of the city. Nolan is not he approaches tasks as though every object deserves respect. Today he is stacking 7 boards. He picks up each board and places a gentle stack.
That's doing it all by itself. That's wild. Look at it go.
Reaches the final board.
Cleans better than I do.
Lightly to ensure the pile is symmetrical. But just as he finishes, a light breeze stirs the air. One corner of the top board lifts slightly, almost playfully. Nolan notices the shift, straightens the board again, and stands still for a moment to see if the breeze will return. The board lifts up the tiniest measure, as though refusing to settle. Nolan smiles, as if accepting that even a board can have its own preferences. After adjusting it once more, he places a small object on top to keep it in place, then walks away with The next scene unfolds in a shaded area where 2 workers, Leonard and Mason, are measuring the section of the site. Leonard stretches the tape measure while Mason marks the spots with chalk. The coordination between them is smooth until Leonard pulls the tape a bit too enthusiastically. The tape snaps back slightly and surprises both of them. Leonard maintains his composure, but his eyebrows raise just enough for Mason to notice the micro-expression of surprise. Mason laughs softly, not at all, but with the quiet amusement of someone who has experienced the same unexpected recoil many times. Leonard unrolls the tape again, this time with a gentle touch, and both continue working as though nothing happened. Meanwhile, a worker named Elliot is organizing tools on a small table. He arranges them in a row, grouping them by purpose, then adjusts the spacing of the display. When he finishes, he stands back and observes the arrangement of the copy. But as he comes to leave, he accidentally nudges the corner of the table. The tools shift slightly, as if reacting collectively to the gentle bump. Elliot looks back with mild disbelief, then carefully repositions them once more. Satisfied, he walks off confidently, as though he has just resolved a difficult situation between himself and the tape. Across the site, the sound of light-hearted conversation begins to rise. 2 workers discuss a game they watched last night. each reenacting the moment with exaggerated gestures. Another pair repeats the nests and original moments, speaking of the passion and cultivating this heartfelt, the atmosphere is one of shared love. Transporting a small cart filled with harmless vegetables. The cart has a stable structure, but one of its wheels tends to swivel unpredictably. Grant begins moving the cart along its way, confident it will follow. Causing the cart to move gently off course. Grant adjusts his path, hoping to guide the wheel back into alignment. The wheel resists. Grant adjusts again. This pattern repeats itself until the sun lands with the cart, both of them shifting left and right in unspoken negotiation. Eventually, Grant stops, crouches, and manually turns the wheel to the. He stands up again and resumes walking. A short distance away, the worker is in the middle of marching. He bends down, draws a line, steps back, and checks the alignment. Then he reaches for his pencil, only to realize it has somehow rolled a few inches away. He picks it up and draws the next line, and then the pencil slips from his fingers and rolls a few inches off. Owen retrieves it once more, this time he but when he places it on the board momentarily, it rolls again, following the subtle slope of the surface. Instead of frustration, Owen simply laughs quietly to himself, then places the pencil inside his shirt pocket so it will no longer escape. With this small victory achieved, he continues his work. Adding warmth to the environment. Shadows lengthen, and the light flickers gently as it passes through scaffolding, tools, and structures. This natural shift brings out a sense of one of the next rooms in the scene involves a working on the platform. He is organizing a bunch of papers, using the technique is precise, and the loops form an impressive circle. As he gets the one of it slips through, it's just enough to disrupt the symmetry. Captain pauses, examining the slight as though assessing the puzzle. He slowly re-rolls the loose section, restores the perfect circle, and then secures it with a band. He lifts the finished coil with pride, almost expecting a round of applause for his attention to detail. As I stand narrating these scenes, a gentle sense of appreciation settles over me. The construction site is more than just the structure's rise. It is a stage filled with countless small moments that reflect the humanity, humor, and spirit of the people working here. Every action, every small accident, every improvised
Terminen acostados en el cemento.
contributes to an unending story that grows richer with each passing hour. And so the day continues, filled with quiet talent, determined workers, and scenes that elevate themselves through their natural charm. As the late afternoon unfolds, the construction site settles into a steady pace, with the natural stream of amusing moments continuing their effortlessly unfold. I shift my attention toward a worker named Marcus, who is methodically organizing a set of small markers in a crate. Marcus is known for being calm and diligent, often moving with the meticulousness of someone in the gentlest way possible. He realizes that one of the slots is slightly narrower than the rest. He attempts to slide the marker in, but the marker moves sideways and settles against the edge. The marker's back achieving a personal victory, then closes the lid of the crate with an air of triumph. Nearby, the next scene develops with a worker named Cleveland, who is preparing chalk lines along a temporary walkway. He stretches a chalk string across the path, pulling it taut with perfect form. When he snaps it again,